Hi everyone, it's the Chickenista, and today we're going to talk about nail trimming. I get a lot of messages of just about nails and what do? I have a hen with curly nails, or her nails are really long and she can't walk, or my rooster is cutting my hen's back, and things like that. And so today I'm going to show you how to fix that problem. A lot of people that don't show or are new to raising chickens don't necessarily know that sometimes you do have to clip the nails on your birds. If you have birds in conditioning pens, breeding pens, or raising on wire, they will have really long nails. They don't have the opportunities to go out and scratch to naturally file them down like a free-range chicken or birds in large runs. So that lies on us to take care of that solution, that problem. I mean, they can get really bad and curled like a noodle, and it can be painful and uncomfortable for them when they go to push down on their feet, and sometimes they might not be able to walk very good or run from a predator if you do free range. And so even hens that are broody can end up with really long nails, which is what we're going to be working with today. And I have some girls that are 10 years old that I have to clip their nails once a month, and they free range and they have access to all kinds of stuff to scratch on, but for whatever reason they just grow like crazy. So today we're going to show you, it takes 5 minutes. It's real easy. You don't need to be afraid. It's not like popping the spurs off or anything like that. So it's just going to take a couple minutes, and we'll get it done, and you'll be able to do it by the end of the video by yourself. Today we are working with Miss Mary. Miss Mary is a constant broody hen. She is just done with month 2 of trying to go broody, so her nails and her spurs are pretty big. Mary is a white Bantam Phoenix, and I breed from her only half of the year. She's kind of old, so I don't do a whole lot with her yet. She's a really good girl. So we're gonna clip her nails today and give her a little bit of a pedicure, because momming is hard. Come on, you deserve it. So let's get that set up, and I will show you how to clip nails. So what you're gonna need for your nail trimming is first thing, you can use Quick Stop flour cornstarch. I keep flour, a little container of flour, in my first aid kit specifically for my chickens. And this flour is going to act as a coagulant just in case you get too close to the quick and they start bleeding, just like in dogs or cats. This is going to stop it from bleeding and reduce the risk of an infection and things like that. And then sometimes if the nails are really bad, that quick kind of grows through the nails, so they might bleed no matter what. So I keep that on hand. And then for my small and Bantam breeds, I usually use a pair of rabbit clippers, but I have a guinea that stole them and I haven't been able to find them. So today we are using the dog trimmers, she's not a very small bird, so that's okay. But if they have really teeny tiny nails, I highly recommend using rabbit nail clippers. And then sometimes I have to file the nail down a little bit, and I don't have to cut it. Emery boards for humans just don't work very well. So I use this old sharpening blade for really thick nails, and sometimes just for spurs that just might need a little bit of a trimming just to get the point off. Or I use the dog, the groomer's file for the dogs and stuff. But for her spurs are just going to need the tips trimmed. So we have that. And I also I like to work on either paper towel or a towel just in case there is blood. I can kind of contain the mess and clean and keep biosecurity things at bay. And then also if the bird is not very tame or easily startled, you can wrap them in a towel, and it kind of calms them down. It acts like a hug. So, but for Mary, she's friendly. We're not going to need to wrap her today, so we're just going to clip and be done. All right. Easy, girl. I know. So these are Mary's toes, and she's been broody. I know. She's been broody for 2 months now, so hers are a little bit longer. She's hardly left her nest, even as hard as I tried breaking her, but she's done with that now. And here we go. Her spurs are even a little bit long, but we're just going to focus on the nails today because she's going to be free ranging here for about 3 weeks, so I'll keep those spurs on her for a little bit. All right, so I got my flower on hand in case I get too far down, and let's scoot it over a little bit. And I start with the last one, and I just want to take the tip off because it's not very bad at all. And then I always look for the quick, and this one it kind of stops right in here, so we're just gonna cut the tip. And then this one I'm not going to touch. It's not very long. And this one just the tip. Okay. And you dirty, huh? So her next foot's a little worse. I'm not going to touch the back toe. It's not very long. Here's the quick. You can kind of see it stops right in here. So we're going to go below that and just snip. This one's pretty long. The quick has grown out a little bit on this, so she's probably going to bleed a little bit on that one. Looks like I might have got the quick on. I did. I got the quick on the other one. She is bleeding a little bit, so we just dip it in the powder, and that'll stop. And then if there's ever blood, I just skim off the top that's in there. We'll give her a little bit more on the side there. Okay, so that'll stop here in a couple minutes, and we're gonna come and see, this is us talking about on the curve. They get curved and they can't function right, so this one's gonna bleed because it's pretty long. And then we'll just again dip in our flour, and that'll help stop the bleeding. And they're not going to bleed out from something like this, so if that's what you're worried about, don't. And clip. And I'm going to do some more on that back one. And then she's done. Make sure I don't want to file off that one. Alright. And sometimes you might just have to really cake them on there, but she's going to be fine. Alright. And we're done. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, message me, find me on Facebook. I always will get back to private messages. It might take a while, but I will always try to help. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.